Hey everyone, this is Laura Gadenik with Laura Gadenik Astrology, and I'm here to give you the astrology for the week of February 8th through the 14th, 2021. This is Valentine's Day week, and what a lovely astrological week for Valentine's Day. So Monday, the 8th, Mercury retrograde conjoins the Sun at 20 degrees of Aquarius. Now, Mercury is our mind, it's messages, it's news that we may receive, it's how we communicate with others. And the sun in ancient astrology was denoted by the king. So whenever a planet conjoins the sun, it's almost like that planet gets a special upgrade or a gift or a secret or a new awareness. It's kind of regarded as sacred. And so this might be a day where you get some sort of new insight, awareness, new messages, or understanding of a situation. Maybe you get some more information about something, maybe something that you want to do. However, this still isn't the time to take action on that information because Mercury is still retrograde. So still pretty debilitated, not the right time to make plans, sign contracts. Um, you're still kind of off course in a way. We all are. It's just that this is a day where you might gather some more information or have a deeper understanding of something. Um, so it's a good should be a good day. Always Mercury Sun conjunctions are always good for journaling, reflecting, thinking about what you really want, laying out all the facts, but not yet making a final decision or coming to a final conclusion or making any sort of decisive actions. So yeah, that's Monday the 8th. Wednesday the 10th, Mercury's kind of getting into some dicey uh, areas. Basically, Mercury is squaring Mars in Taurus, and Mars is the god of war. And what happens when the god of speech and communication and messages meets with the god of war in a harsh aspect? Well, it's a bit aggravating or irritating. This might be an irritant that we need to review. There might be conflict with another person, cutting words, a slip of the tongue, maybe even speaking too directly or saying something you didn't mean to say out loud. um, you might hear something from other people that is challenging to hear. This is a day where aggression is increased. So, just take it with a stride and don't say anything that you'll regret. On the other side, or on the other hand, it could be a time where you might be forced into a situation to say what you really think, what you really mean, what's really on your heart without worrying about hurting other people's feelings. So, and if you're more soft spoken, it might be a more of a positive aspect for you. Whereas if you're already pretty outspoken and you're not scared to say what's on your heart, then it might be a bit more aggressive and conflict driven. So, if you get into some fights with others, if you are on the receiving end of aggression, just know the energy of the day is pretty irritating. Um, and yeah, it's a Mercury retrograde, which isn't a happy Mercury. So it's not, it's like backwards messages, backwards news, things that aren't fun to hear. So that's the 10th. Thankfully, after that, Mercury gets into much better situations, like fantastic astrologically for Mercury. So Thursday the 11th, and I'll get there with Mercury, but Thursday the 11th, we have this amazing new moon in Aquarius. Now, this is a time where I think it's 6 out of the 7 traditional planets are in Aquarius. So Aquarius is getting a huge emphasis right now in the sky and in your chart. So really look to see where is Aquarius in your chart and where in particular is 23 degrees of Aquarius. That's where the new moon is happening. And new moons are times of beginnings. They're times of letting go. It's really full moons are kind of the crazy time of the month where things come to a culmination, can be kind of dramatic energy. people are really busy, and new moons are quieter. It's kind of like, we're letting go of all of the past shit of the past month, and we're just quieting our minds and kind of honing in on the essentials and kind of going with it. It's a good time to go within and think about what it is you'd like to manifest in your life, what you want. It's a good time for planting seeds. And especially if you know what house this is for you, you can kind of strategically plant seeds for that area of life. So, and this is, new moons promise new beginnings. It's the beginning of a new cycle. And this new moon is really special because it has the two benefics in Aquarius with it. That's Venus and Jupiter. And at this time, they're making a conjunction at 12 degrees of Aquarius, which is a very, this is a very auspicious time. If you, if you do know what area of your chart this is for you, it's a very auspicious time to plant a seed for something that you want in that area of life. Venus and Jupiter like to bring things to you. They're very generous. Venus is the goddess of love, beauty, and pleasure, and enjoyment and unity. And Jupiter is the god of generosity and faith and hope and wealth. So Thursday's going to be a really, really, really nice day. And in fact, the rest of the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, are going to be really nice. It's going to be very romantic. Venus is a romantic planet combined with Jupiter is kind of like all the romance in the world, very abundant, abundant in romance. It's a potential to be a very fun time, a very fun day, very social, gregarious, elaborative, celebrative. This is a time where it's an abundance of pleasure. And this is a new Jupiter-Venus cycle. So whenever two planets conjoin, it's the beginning of a new cycle. So whatever tensions or conflicts you might have gotten into the day before, or yeah, the day before on the 10th, Wednesday, this is the day to really come to solutions, come to agreements, relieve tensions, and really have a heart of generosity and peace. Um, yeah, it's gonna be great. Okay, so Saturday the 13th, Venus conjoins with Mercury retrograde at 14 degrees of Mercury. And this is where Mercury is going to get in the most wonderful position of all. He's going to be sandwiched between the two benefics, Venus and Jupiter, on Saturday and Sunday. So it's yeah, this is a day of good news. It's an auspicious time to tell someone how you really feel about them, if it's good, because Venus is the goddess of love and romance and sex and beauty. So if you do, if you've been holding back, letting someone know how you feel about them, it would be an auspicious time. This is a great day to write love letters, say sweet words to your lover, to your sweetheart. Great time for writing, for poetry. This is a time of where you might be receiving or giving out messages of love and beauty and union. On the same day, Mars sextiles Neptune. Mars is our action, Neptune is our ideals. So this is also a day of connecting actions to our ideals, kind of like making sure that we're on the right track. And like I said, Sunday the 14th, Mercury retrograde conjoins Jupiter. So this is the time where Saturday and Sunday might feel kind of blended together because it's very similar energies. And really, it's just Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter are conjunct, all in Aquarius. So, yeah, once again, communicating kind words. This is a day or a weekend, really, of having a generosity of mind and spirit. Pay attention to your thoughts during these couple days and to the words that you speak to others. Um, Pay attention. You might even be like receiving, divine guidance in some way, or just like this like sense of well-being that everything's going to be okay, and that um, there's a goodness in the world. There's hope. Um, think about how you're working with information. Mercury is always about messages, news, information. data. So thinking about how you're working with information. Do you like how you're working with information? Do you like how you communicate and receive messages from other people, or how you interact with others? It's a good time to think about that and really think about what's the most beautiful thing you could say to someone on these 2 days. What is something that would make someone's world, make someone's um, what would make someone feel really, really good that's coming straight from your heart? So yeah, it's just going to be great. Venus Jupiter will help bridge this otherness gap that we might feel at this time, especially in Aquarius season, where the sun is um it's the time of year in the northern hemisphere where the sun doesn't have much time in the sky, and so it's kind of at its dimmest, or at one of its dimmest points. And so, the sun is us. It represents our identity, our ego. It's who we are. And in Aquarius season, it's kind of like we might feel like outsiders, or like we don't belong, or there might be a sense of a lack of connection, or a connectedness to other people. We might feel alienated from the group, from our friends. I mean, I was just feeling this yesterday. I was just feeling like, oh my gosh, I really miss my friends. I feel like I haven't had the energy or time, or to put towards being with community and really belonging, and I was feeling that yesterday. So this Venus Jupiter conjunction with Mercury in the mix can really help bridge that otherness gap, or that sense of isolation, or alienation. So thinking about, I just want to end this with asking this question: what's been devalued for you, and how is that being brought together again? Um, yeah, I think I'm going to end there. It's a great week, and I'd love to hear how it goes for you. I'll be back next week with another astrological update, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and I think that you will. Okay, bye.